I watch episode 85 of Pokémon every year because I watch every episode of Pokémon every year. In episode 85, Pokéball Peril, there's almost no peril. From the latest of their wastage, Ash and friends wander forth now in a foreign land, still unsure of their final destination. At the Pokémon Center, a more melanated Nepo nurse gives them directions to Professor Ivy's research lab, which is just back the way they came. The caliber of Brock's navigational proficiency is dependent on his proximity to local singles in his area. At the lab, more genetically limited female characters lead the children to the new Pokémon prof, who enters as no mere gift from the heavens but as heaven itself. More contemporary than her contemporaries, there would be no greater insult than to try to compare Professor Ivy to any of her peers. There's a lot of symbolism here. The beauty betwixt Bulb and Venus entrusts Ash with the pre-release promotional material, hyping up the mystery within the gold and silver ball that will always remain with it. What they really needed was a crystal ball. Ash calls Oak, who praises him for a job half done and also confers kudos with Professor Ivy. The upper echelon of academia is mostly just experts expanding on their egregiously recommenditious vocabularies to justify their various degrees. The only thing scientists love more than gassing their test subjects is gassing up each other. 6 generations ahead of her time, the subject of Ivy's current works is Pokémon adaptive variation as a function of regional distribution. Pretty Pokés. But the Valencian forms are only limited to those on their provided diet. The discoloration comes from their removal from their natural habitats and forced diets of subpar processed foods. Displeased after a taste test, Brock fixes the formula by factoring in flavor. Pokémon like food that tastes good. What a breakthrough. Ash and friends are invited to their squalor dump, where Brock eagerly displays his other skills. The homeless homemaker cooks, cleans, and cucks to create a livable space, sprinkling his metaphorical MSG on the kibble of life. After currying favor with Curry, in the night Brock offers them his signature donuts, but some of their test subjects are also gassy. Endangered within the overlapping habitats, Ivy hurts herself in confusion in an attempt to protect her lab rat from aerosolized contaminants with her body. At the hospital, Ivy laments with her full frame in full frame, a display of distress that doesn't affect the younger ones at all. Absent of logos or ethos, Ivy's issues only affect Brock's pathos. This is Brock's path now. In the morn, Ash and Misty are eager to leave, but Brock decides to stay behind and fix the rest of the mess. Brock puts the professor on a pedestal and stays put to provide the masculine touch of a 15-year-old who loves chores. Brock need not travel further. The boys dap up for a final time and part ways. There's no montage, nothing. 81 episodes together ends with nothing. In the final 4 minutes of the episode, Ash and friends singular return to the air dock, and the entirety of the previous episode's plot plays out again. The bullies rebuilt the busted blimp with basic tools and force the children aboard, along with the singing stowaway. The only difference being that without their third, a heteronormative romantic relationship is assumed between the preteens. Jigglypuff intervenes earlier this time to the same effect, leaving the children drifting asleep into the next arc, forced into an adventure instead of actively making that choice. Despite his only other experience flying by blimp the day before, Ash believed that he was going straight home, that he no longer needed his most capable companion, that he had finished traveling across the land and no longer needed to search far or wide. The trilogy of Panic, Scare, and Peril are also the last to feature the original intro, which like Brock does come back but is never the same. There was no assurance that he would ever return. You never know if it's the last time that you'll say goodbye to someone that you care about, but you always know when it's the first time, and that hurts too. Every goodbye hurts. To be continued.